Let's look at another set exam question. The question here says, write the following sets in tabular form. You have set A, set B, set C, and set D. So typically, if you look at this, these sets are actually in set builders notation. And when they say you should write it in tabular form, all they're asking you to do is to list them out, right? So list out the elements in each of this. That's all they're asking you to do. And we've already treated the concept of writing in set builders and in listed form in our previous class. If you missed it, I'll leave a link to our previous class in the video description. All right, so after now, you can check the video description to find the link to our previous class where I explained everything about sets from the scratch. Now I'll go straight to solving this. So the first thing, their solution. Let's solve the solution. All right, so solution here, if you look at this, the first thing you have to do here is to list the elements of A, B, C, and D. Let's start with A there. Let's start with A there. So part A, list out the elements of A. So A is equal to, let's see how we can list out the elements of A. Now A says that A is equal to X such that, or where X is an even number and 2 is less than X is less than 14. So our first start would be write out all the numbers from 2 to 14. That becomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you have this. All right. So these are the numbers between from 2 to 14. Now, when you have 2 less than X, now what that means is that the number you see here will not be included. All right. So I'll cancel out 2 first. And the reason why I'm canceling out 2 is very simple because there's no equal to. So assuming you had an equal to here, then would have included 2. So when you have a less than here, as you can see in this question here, when you have a less than, it means that this number here would not be included. Okay, so I'm taking off 2 first. So I'll take off 2 first. I'll leave 14 because you can see that we have a less than or equal to 14. So I'll leave 14 as part of the process or part of the elements there. Now, from the description here, they said X is an even number. All right. When a number is an even number, what does it mean? Even numbers are simply those numbers that can be divided by 2 without remainder, right? So even numbers are usually multiples of 2, which includes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. But in this case, I will not include 2 because there was no equal to there. So my elements of A are 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. All right, so that's the first thing there. So I'm just going to put out the elements there. 4, 8, 10, 12, and 14. So that's for A. So I'll come to A here. The elements in A are 4. Please, there's no 2 there. Starting from 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. That's for A. Let's get the elements in B. So for B, what exactly do I have? We'll go back to look at what B exactly is. Okay, what's B again? Going back to the set B is equal to X. You can see that here. B is equal to X such that X is a prime number. And you can see the number range there between 20 and 32. All right, between 20 and 32. All right, so let's get this done. So from 20 to 32, we have 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. Now observe that this 20 here, as you can see here, does not come with an equal to sign. There's no equal to sign here. That means I'm taking off the 20. So 20 won't even be considered. So it's off. Observe that 32 here, there's a less than or equal to sign before 32. That means I will leave 32 and I might consider it. Right, but for now, we'll leave it off. All right, so what's B exactly? It said B is a set of prime numbers. All right, what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are those numbers that cannot be divided by any number except themselves and 1 without a remainder. Okay? So prime numbers are simply those numbers that cannot be divided by any other number except themselves and 1. All right? So what are the prime numbers here? Let's go through them one after the other. 21 can be divided by 3, and that will give you 7. That's a whole number. So 21 is not a prime number. 22 can be divided by 2, and that gives you 11. So it's not a prime number. 23 is a prime number because there's no number that can divide 23 without a remainder except 23 and 1. So that's a prime number. 24 can be divided by 2 to give you 12, so it's off. 25 can be divided by 5 to give you 5, and it's off. Next up, I have 26. All right, 26 can be divided by 2, and that gives you 13, so it's off. We have 27. 27 can be divided by 3 because 3 times 9 gives you 27, so that's off. 28 can be divided by 2, that gives you 14, so it's off. 29 cannot be divided by any number except itself and 1 without a remainder. So 29 is a prime number. 30 can be divided by 3, and that gives you 10. 31 cannot be divided by any number except itself and 1 without a remainder. And 32 can be divided by 2 to give you 16. All right. So in essence, the prime numbers between 20 to 32, that's excluding 20 and including 32, would be 23, 29, and 31. So B is equal to 23, to confirm that, 23, 29, 31. So I'm having this as 23, 29, 31. So I have this. All right. That's the B. Let's see C there. Let's define C. So first set C. If you look at this for set C, you can see that the set C is a multiple of 3 and 5. So this is read C is equal to X such that, or where X is a multiple of 3 and 5 less than 22, or less than or equal to 22. To get this value, we start with 3. So we get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right. So you can see that we have less than or equal to 22. You can see it here. So that means I will include 22. So I'll include 22 there. All right. So when we say multiples of 3 and 5, so multiples of 3 should be, we're just going to take the 3 timetable, which is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. These are the multiples of 3. They also said, comma, 5. So we're looking at multiples of 5. So if you take the 5 times, it becomes 5 times 1, 5, 5 times 2, 10. That becomes 5, 10, 15. Okay? Then we have 20. So if you look at the numbers we have here, the numbers we have here includes 3, 5, that's 3 here, then 5, then 6, that's this. Next up is 9, so we have 9. Next up we have 10, that's a multiple of 5, 10. Then we have 12, so we have 12. We have 15, although it's repeated twice, we'll take it just once. So 15, 18, that's 18. We have 20, 20, and 21. We have 21. So we have this. So these are the elements of the next one there. 3, 5, 9. I'll just get this down. All right. So from this, we can see that the elements of C includes 3. We got that as 3. We got 5. We got 6. We got 9. We got 10. We got 12. We got 15. We got 18. We got 20. We got 21. All right. So these are the elements of set C. Finally, let's look at the elements of D. For D, what do you have? For D, we have D is equal to, for D here, if you look at this, it said D is equal to X such that X squared minus 1 is equal to 0. That's the value of D, right? X squared minus 1 is equal to 0. So let's say X squared, if X squared minus 1 is equal to 0, let's get the value of X. We'll have that X squared will be equal to, I'll move minus 1 over here, it becomes plus 1. So I'm having positive 1 here. From here to find X, I'll take the square root of both sides. So root um, square root of X squared and square root of 1. From here, square root cancels square. We have that X is equal to, the square root of 1 is actually minus 1 or plus 1, right? Yep, that becomes plus or minus 1. So plus or minus 1. So we have this. That's the square. That's the square root of 1. For this case here, if you look at this, what we've been using so far are usually positive numbers. We've not had a need for negative numbers so far. All right. So what I'll simply do is that I'll come here and I'll take just the positive parts. And I'm saying that the reason why I'm taking just positive parts is because from our solving so far, we've only been working with positive numbers. But if you want to take the negative number too, that's also fine. Right? But I've given you the ration. The reason why I'm taking only the positive part of x, because we've literally been having just positive number here. So I'll take this as 1, just a positive 1. So I have this. All right, so I have this. So D is equal to 1. I have this. Okay, so let's see. B says evaluate A intersection B. So here, let's get A intersection B. A intersection B is simply what A and B have in common. So look at this. What elements does A and B have in common? A has 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. B has 23, 29, and 31. There's no common elements. So that's equal to an empty set. So leave it this way or use 5. That's A intersection B. There's nothing common between them. No number common between them. Next up says A intersection C. Let's see A intersection C. For intersection, we're looking at what they have in common. As I said, I've already treated this concept in our previous class. I will leave a link to our previous class where I discuss sets from the scratch in the video description. For now, let's look at A intersection C. So look at A and C. What do they have in common? Let's see, A has 4, 6, 8. So you can see that A has 6, B has, or C has 6, okay? A has 10, C has 10, A has 12, C has 12. So what they have in common is 6, 10, 12. That's what you have. All right, so I'll take it down as 6, 10, and 12. So 6, 10, 12. So we have this. That's A intersection C. Next up, we now have B intersection C. What is B intersection C? B intersection C is simply the elements common to B and C. So what do I have? What are the elements common to B and C? Let's see this. Any element common to both of them? Nope. B has 23, 29, 31. It cannot be found in C. So we have an empty set there. So B intersection C is an empty set. And an empty set is simply this, or you can use 5. That also works. What's the next thing we have there? Next thing we have there is to find A union D. Right? A union D simply means combine all the elements in A and D. So A union D is simply, D is simply combine all the elements you have in A and D without repetition. If you look at this, for D, I have just 1. Combine it with all the elements in A. That becomes 1, then 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So I have 1, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. All right. So I have 1, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. This is A union D, combining all the elements in A and D. All right. So we're done with the B part. Let's get C. The C part says, what is A minus B? D minus A. What is D minus A? Let's get it there. So the C part, D minus A. Now, what D minus A simply means is, what element do you have in D that you do not have in A? Right? In D, I have 1. 1 is not here. So D minus A is 1, and that's literally all the elements in D. So D minus A is equal to 1. That's been solved. Next thing there says find B slash C. Let's get B slash C. From this one here, let's get B slash C. B slash C simply, so B slash C simply means B minus C. B minus C means list out those elements in B that are not in C. What do I have in B, not in C? I have 23 in B, it's not in C. I have 29 in B, it's not in C. I have 31 in B, it's not in C. In essence, the element in B, not in C, is 23, 29, 31. So it becomes 23, 29, 31. You have this. Okay. Next up, they said find what's the last in there? B minus A intersection A slash C. Let's first of all get the value of B minus A. What's B minus A? You said B minus A. B minus A. What's B minus A? B minus A are simply those elements in B, not in A. Look at elements in B, not in A. Where your elements? In B, I have 23, 29, 31. They are not here in A. So in essence, B minus A is 23, 29, 31. 23, 29, 31. This is the value of B minus A. Okay, next up, let's also get, now it says B minus A intersection, can see the intersection A slash C. What's A slash C? Do we have a value for that yet? Nope, we don't. Let's get A slash C. If we are to get A slash C, this simply means A minus C. They're the same thing. And for A minus C, we'll take those elements in A, not in C. So let's come here. Let's look at the elements in A that are not in C. In A, I have 4 here. 4 is not in C, so I'll take 4. I have 6 here. 6 is in C, so I won't take that. You have 8 here in A. 8 is not in C, so I'll take 8. You have 10 here. 10 is in C, so I won't take that. You have 12 here. 12 is in C, so I won't take that. You have 14 here. 14 is not in C, so I'll take down 14. So A minus C is 4, 8, 14. That's your value. 4, 8, 14. That becomes 4, 8, and then 14. So you have this. All right, so we asked to find B minus A, this one here, intersection A slash C. Now, what this simply means is that you look for the elements common between these two. That's this and this. What elements are common? You have 23, it's not here. You have 29, it's not here. You have 31, it's not here. So there's nothing common between them. That becomes an empty set. Don't forget that we can also write an empty set as 5. An empty set, or let me use the word or. So this or 5. That's your answer. All right, so guys, this is how you answer this question. I want to leave a task for you. All right, so watch this video and give your answer in the comment section. Now, what do you think will be the answer of A for this question here? Let me leave a question for you. What do you think will be the answer of A union B? All right, so let's get, what if we have A union B? That's A union B intersection B, A union B intersection C union D. So you have this question here. What do you think will be the answer to this question? Leave your answer in the comment section. A union B intersection C union D. What will be your answer? Leave it in the comment section. Okay. Don't forget you can check out my website to get any available courses or books. Simply visit www.jonahemmanuel.com/courses and you see the available courses, or you can visit the book section and you can see any of the available books for JAMB and WAEC candidates, also for first year undergraduates and also second year undergraduates. You can also check out the available books, right, for scholarship past questions and also my book scholarship roadmap, as well as other books on my website. Okay. All right, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, simply like this video. So like the video and leave a comment. for your comments, tell us the answer of this question here. So I gave a question here, which is A union B intersection C union D. What's the answer to this question? Leave it in the comment section and I'll tell you if you're correct. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If it's your first time or if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please do well to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload a new content. And finally, share this video to your friends so that they can also learn. Thank you and see you in our next class.